Today I'd like to do a quick product overview and a giveaway contest for a new product that has just come out by Vanquest. If you're familiar with my channel, I've done a few different reviews on Vanquest products, whether that be a backpack, various organizers, pouches. They make high quality gear. I really like them. And earlier this year I did a product review of one of their new backpacks that recently came out called the Falconer 27. It's an awesome backpack. If you haven't checked it out, I'll provide a video link there. But basically the Falconer 27 had a really unique compartment in it in which it combined two technologies that kind of Vanquest has in some of their pouches. One of them being what we've seen with the Vanquest Maximizer organizer, and then the second one being what they have in their FATPack organizer. It's kind of a medical pouch. Starting out first with the Maximizer, I did a throwdown contest with this EDC organizer, and it features a staggered stitching on the webbing that you see here, which allows you to maximize the amount of items that you're able to store in there. And then with the FATPack medical pouch, it has very unique design for a medical pouch where it has this kind of a rollout feature. So basically we're going to hook the Velcro here, and then we have various attachment points here on kind of the flap of the pouch, and then additional storage in the back here with pockets and everything like that. Well, Vanquest decided to kind of leverage what was previously done on that Falconer 27 and take the cool things from the Maximizer organizer and the cool things from the FATPack organizer and combine them into a single pouch called the Vanquest Fast Totally Integrated Maximizer, or the FTIM. Maybe you could also call it the FTIM. I'm not exactly sure. But they came out with two different versions of this. One is the slim version, the other is the husky version of it. And when you open it up, as you can see, it looks very similar to the FATPack on the outside. Let's open it up like this. And it kind of folds out very similar to the FATPack, but you also have that Maximizer staggered stitching over here and the webbing over here, so you're able to use it both as a kind of a EDC organizer with various pens and various tools here that will stagger in the stitching here, in addition to the flap roll that you have here that's seen with the FATPack. So it's a combination of the two into a single super pouch. So what I'd like to do for this video is let's just go over the basic features of this. We're very familiar with Vanquest by now, and I've done a lot of different testing on it. We'll go through the particulars of this product, and then we'll give them away. So we'll be giving this away, and we'll be giving this away and more. So stay tuned for this video. Here's a side-by-side of both organizers with the ruler placed on the side here just to give you a frame of reference on the size of these. Now, again, this is the Husky version and the Slim version. They're basically identical, just one is larger than the other. So on the front here, we have the pocket area right behind the Vanquest logo. So open that up, and we have the Velcro backing right there. We also have the Velcro in the front here for putting any kind of morale pouch or anything like that. So when we look over on the side here, we have additional webbing. On the Husky version, you have 3 of the webbings here, and then you have 2 on the Slim version with an additional little loop over here. And the same looks on the other side as well. So when we're looking on the back, we have our PALS webbing here for doing a MOLLE webbing attachment. We have 3 webs here, as you see, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the Husky version. So a much larger version, and really nice stitching that they do throughout. I mean, I'm not worried about any of the Vanquest stitching quality. It's all really nice. So as we see on the top here, we have the nice grab handle here, and it's kind of the folded over design where they stitch it, and it's just a much nicer handle instead of just having it the entire width of that webbing that you would see there. So they stitch it, fold it over, stitch it on itself, and it's really nice. So then we have our Paracord Pulleys here for the zippered pulleys. Again, it's YKK zippers, and if using the Paracord here, and then if you wanted to, as you can see, you could actually lock that zipper into place with each other, very similar to what you see with most luggage nowadays, where you're able to lock that into place like that, which is nice. Again, YKK zipper, and we have an inverted zipper layout, as you see here. Part of that's probably to help with snagging, also maybe a little bit of waterproofing. I just think the main reason is probably just for stylistic, because it looks really cool. And you're seeing a lot of the various manufacturers move to that direction now. So that's basically an overview of, on the bottom here we have some additional loops here for attachments, and then that's about it. So let's open them up now and look at the main compartment area. Alright, so opening it up, it's very similar to the FATPack medical pouch, and it's a nice wide opening. So since both of them are identical, I'm just going to focus in on one of them. So we'll look at the Slim version just because I think it'll fit on camera a little bit easier. So we have this flap area over here that opens up, and then we basically have the Maximizer organizer on the inside here, although you have kind of some wings on there as well. So as I mentioned earlier, you have that staggered stitching on the webbing here, so really nice thick webbing slots here. It's not the thin kind that you would normally see on these kind of organizers. features. And so since you have the staggered stitching, if that stitching were to give way on any of these, it's not going to ruin the whole integrity of the organizer. You'll just lose that integrity of that, whatever it's stored in there. And a lot of the times you'll have the stitching going all the way through like that. So the staggered stitching of the Maximizer is really, really nice. So what I often do is I'll have, the longer, any kind of tools, pens, things like that going all the way through. Sometimes I'll want to store smaller things like USB thumb drives and stuff like that on the side here. So I could definitely see this being used as either an organizer for your tools, similar to what I've done with the Maximizer, and also as maybe like a medical thing where you have medical scissors and other things tools that you might want to store in there. So you can kind of, in the side area over here, put longer tools. And then you also have this little pocket area as well. So you have two pockets. You have the one in the very back that you see there, and then you have this one over here. Again, it has the bright orange high visibility fabric, which is kind of a staple over here. It looks like it kind of has like a ripstop type material when you see those little squares like that. So you're able to put, maybe an external battery, things like that, passport, anything into these two different pocket areas. And then when you're looking at the flap over here, which is a kind of a FATPack type feature, you roll that out. That also has the staggered stitching that the Maximizer has, and that's for storing additional items. So whether that be tools, small wrenches, for example, screwdrivers, medical supplies, rolls of gauze and things like that, you could stagger that all in there. And the Maximizer technology really allows you to store a lot of different things in there. So again, let's take a look. Sorry if you're in the camera over there, but we have that staggered stitching over there. So again, it's not, here's the back stitching that you see there, and you only have that identical stitching going on right over there. All the rest of them have the staggered stitching. So like that, and then you get here again, we have another common stitching area. So I guess they're really the only the staggered stitching is more in this middle area, and then you have the common stitching right over here on the sides of it. On the top side of the organizer, you have these two different loops. I don't often use these, but you could, if you wanted to, you could have various things that you would normally hang on a keychain, for example, or maybe a lanyard, anything like that, that you could attach here for quick access. And again, we have the Vanquest label here. It's Vanquest Tough Built Gear, designed in the USA, made in Taiwan. And that's standard with all their products. So let's take a look now at this top little Velcro little flap that you have over here. So you're probably wondering what that's for. It doesn't really connect to anything over here, but you may have noticed when we were looking on the back of the organizer that we have the Velcro over here. So I'm imagining that you're going to be able to use it like this, where you could have this thing semi-open, and if you had this closed like that, and you had some longer items in there where you wanted to have quick access to those items, you could use that Velcro there and have it hanging on here, but it's not going to totally open up. And so I think it's just more of maybe like a protection system of having it accidentally open on you. So I could show you the FATPack organizer and how they did that. And the FTIM, it has a slightly different design. So I think it's more of like a locking feature for this organizer to allow it from not opening accidentally. So you have that Velcro there. Here's a side-by-side of the FATPack medical pouch with the fast, totally integrated Maximizer, FTIM, whatever you want to call it. I just want to do a quick comparison on the opening of the top. So with the FATPack medical pouch, the handle is actually going to be what you're kind of grabbing to open it up. So you could go like that and pull it open like that. So you have this large Velcro area over here that connects to each other. So the FTIM is slightly different. So the handle is not actually going to be what you're grabbing to pull it open. So instead you're going to open it up with the zippers alone. I kind of wish that maybe they even had two of these handles. I think it could be kind of cool, one to actually connect this and the other one to do that fast opening like that. But you can open it, just by opening up the main zipper pocket area, just grabbing that. And then you have that similar type design on it. And you have this Velcro area over here then for connecting probably to the back. As you see, it kind of matches up with that. So I imagine that allows you to have this kind of halfway open but not all the way. So if you don't want it to totally open up on you but you want to grab some of the larger items in there, I guess you could use it like that. I kind of maybe prefer the design of the FATPack in the way that it uses the handle for that main lever of the opening. But this is kind of how the FTIM goes about it. So the Fast Totally Integrated Maximizer Organizer by Vanquest uses that 1000D Cordura, which they use with all their pouches and backpacks. High quality material. I've dragged this thing behind vehicles, and it's very, very durable. That's also fairly water resistant as well. You would get a little bit of water going in through the zippered area, but it offers some level of protection on that. But the main idea of having that Cordura is just the durability of it. This thing is it's not as rigid as you see from some of the other manufacturers that use a similar type of fabric on here. So it's a little bit more flexible, but it still has that same level of durability. So again, the Maximizer staggered stitching design really allows you to carry a lot of different tools, EDC type tools, smaller ones, and have it efficiently stored in here. And so basically, we're talking about the screwdriver size things, which will fit in both of them, although the Husky version will probably fit things a little bit longer. So as you can see here, that's kind of just for a frame of reference on the size of it. Let's just put some of the other ones in there while we're at it. All right, so this is nowhere near loaded to capacity, but just it gives you a frame of reference on the type of tools, the size of tools that you could actually fit in here. You could fit more in here than you can in the Maximizer Organizer, in my opinion. And so the staggered stitching really helps with that. And then you also have that same kind of layout there on the flap area. Now, I don't necessarily care for the pocket area on the back over here. As you see here, it has kind of a flappy type of layout. I'm not sure how to describe it, where you have that kind of fold area over here. Let's see if you can see that. So you kind of have the fold on that front pocket area, and then the main pocket kind of looks flush. I would probably prefer if they both look flush instead of kind of has that Arby's roast beef sandwich type look to it. But I'm sure it's done for a specific reason. But I kind of prefer just having flat, flush pockets in the back. But I really do like that high visibility orange in here, which I didn't have previously with the Maximizer Organizer. So with regard to cost, the Fast Totally Integrated Maximizer Organizers, they're not exactly cheap. You're kind of paying for that high quality type gear. Again, we're talking tough built gear, not cheaply built gear. So that's the cost kind of reflects that. So on the Slim version, that's going to run around $30, and the Husky version runs $37. So a little pricey. When you compare them with EDC Maximizer Organizer, for example, this runs anywhere $25, $26. So then if we're looking at the Slim version here of the FTIM, you're basically spending $3 more for that additional kind of functionality of the FATPack type flap opening. And so that's just basically what these run. I would definitely recommend buying them directly from Vanquest or from a third party that has like an in-house stock of them, instead of going through Amazon, which they're going to be a little bit more money on Amazon than they are directly from Vanquest. That's going to do it for this video featuring the Fast Totally Integrated Maximizer Organizers by Vanquest, the FTIMs, the FTIMs, whatever you want to call them. They're cool organizers, as you can see. A lot of cool features that we're just kind of becoming accustomed to now with Vanquest. High quality is going to last you a decade or more, I'm sure. And so as I mentioned earlier, I'd like to give these away to you, the viewers, for supporting my channel. Vanquest is kind enough to let me know on cool products when they come out, and I don't feel right just keeping them. I want to give them away to you guys for supporting me. So I'd like to give these away in a kind of a giveaway contest on multiple sites. So we have the YouTube channel here where we all congregate and meet for these videos, hopefully, but I also have some of the social media channels that I include in links in the description box of all my videos. So I have the Facebook, the Twitter, and the Instagram. So let's give away one of these on each of those sites. So I'd like to give away the Husky one here on YouTube, and then we'll do the Slim version on Facebook, but that's only 2 of these, and that's all I have. So I'd also like to give away some of the FATPack organizers. So I have the larger version, the smaller version. We'll give one of them away on Twitter, the other one on Instagram. So you have 4 different ways of winning these things. So I'm going to include the instructions for the giveaway contest in the description box below, so make sure you check that out. I'll have it go for 72 hours. After 72 hours, the contest will be null and void, but hopefully you still enjoyed watching the video. And each one of those sites is going to have slightly different rules on how to enter, but it'll be nice and easy and hopefully fun too. So please feel free to leave any kind of comments below in the comments section, and I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video featuring the new Fast Totally Integrated Maximizer pouches by Vanquest, or the FTIMs. Leave your comments below in the comments section. See you guys.